All right, quick break from the business of the day. I know primarily our offseason is toast in this town with the Pistons, maybe outside of a Killian Hayes deal, but there is lots of other stuff going on. So with that, David in a beautiful pastel yellow polo shirt today for this horrific production of NBA Fast Break. Come on. I mean, is there seriously, we can't do better than that?
I don't think we can.
Jeez.
I don't think we can. Okay, so here's what I want to do here. We're going to go through some things because officially players can sign noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll start seeing a lot of things that we've heard may happen. And one of the things I want to talk about first is, does this happen tomorrow? Maybe over the weekend. Damian Lillard, okay, he requested a trade. There are reportedly 5 teams that want to go after him, including the Knicks, Miami, Philadelphia is also on that list. What happens with him? Because there's a lot going on. If the Nets get involved, they're saying they want to send Ben Simmons away in a 3-team deal.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
So what happens there? Does it happen quickly afternoon tomorrow, or maybe it takes a while?
I think it has to. I mean, he wants to go to Miami. The problem is Miami doesn't have anything that the Blazers want. Tyler Hero at $30 million a year. I mean, hey, Captain Cackles over here can laugh at Ben Simmons. I ain't paying Tyler Hero $30 million a year. So my whole point is he can want to go to Miami. What I don't understand is they went all off season. They signed Jeremy Grant, and a day later he opts out. That just doesn't compute to me. So, all right, he wants to get dealt. I still cannot figure out how he wouldn't want to end up in Boston to win. Let us not forget, Miami lost their entire rotation. All of their tryhards, their gym class heroes are gone. Hero will go in whatever deal they make. So it's you, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and what? Right. So that's what I can't figure out. If Dame wants to point to his wrist and say it's Dame time and how bad he wants to win and I don't run from the grind, you're 32. Are you really going to win it in Miami when they have now no depth?
Well, welcome to WEII. Is that it? The Boston station. But here's what I got to say.
I'm confused.
Boston, what does Boston send back?
Jaylen Brown.
You're the only one who wants Jaylen Brown out of town. Boston, we signed him.
Really? Why is his deal not signed?
I was just about to get to that. I was going to bring that up because Boston has not given him the extension that he is eligible for.
And Captain Meme said it's a, quote, fragile situation.
Right. Because
I just realized what you were doing.
Or whatever that Windhorse thing is.
The reports are saying that.
Exactly
because of the Celtics off-season moves. Well, getting Kristaps and extending him would not prevent you from doing Brown yet, would it?
Hey, I'm just making a point. You asked me the question, I'm giving you my answer.
I got what you're saying. It could just be the fact he just wants to play in Miami. It's a warmer climate.
Bye.
I think it has to be a third team or at least 3, maybe even 4 teams involved because right now that trade makes no sense. And yes, me as Captain Cackles, Ben Simmons in any trade is
no one's lining up to do it. I think the only thing that makes it passable if they were to move him and you involved extra teams, after next year, he becomes an expiring contract. Yeah. So there is value to it. If you're the Blazers, you're in a long rebuild. As long as you're getting other stuff, take Simmons.
Right, but if you're going to Miami, you're basically becoming Portland light.
That's how
in
I feel.
A warmer climate. Like you're going to be in the same spot. You just get to hang out at the beach instead of hanging out at the donut shop.
Correct. And here's another portion to that side regarding Boston, including in that, is they want a first-round pick for Grant Williams. Grant Williams is a restricted free agent. So what they're saying is whoever signs him, they want a first-round pick from that team.
Good luck.
Is he worth a first-round pick?
No. I am not as high on Grant Williams as most Celtics fans are. I've had enough of him. Don't need him. Tired of his act. Look, the Celtics are going to go beyond the luxury tax. They can do whatever they want. I don't know who's giving up a first-round pick. You know where I'd love to see Grant Williams? Here. And that's not a shot. I'm being serious. He's an imperfect player, but he can stretch the floor. He's physical. He's got a tough guy act to him. Grant Williams on the Pistons would be okay. Now, I'm not giving up a first-round pick for it. And Troy spent all the money on garbage. So I can't help you. But Grant Williams would have made sense here.
He brought Monte Morris back.
A backup point guard.
I know. People were all excited. I'm like,
why? Because he's from Flint?
Yeah, that's the last thing that you need. Like, but it gives him depth at the point guard. Like, what are you becoming a MAC team? Your tallest player on the floor is going to be 6'6"?
You worry about depth when you have a starting five.
Right.
Correct.
So, no, David, the answer would be I'd be elated to get a first-round pick. I don't think that's happening.
So I have a question on this next player that I'm about to bring up because there's been a lot of noise around him, and it is Paul George. The Knicks say they are out on Paul George, but there is a ton of smoke regarding him getting traded. Could you see a Miami maybe jumping in on that if they can't get Dame? Or what happens with Paul George overall? Do they trade him?
All right, I'm biased. I don't like the player.
He should be going to Boston?
No, I think he's a loser. I don't like Paul George. I've never liked Paul George. He's never the guy when I need him to be the guy. I can't treat him like a superstar. I think he's a very good player.
So he's an older Tatum.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Go ahead. David, listen. The Knicks will attach themselves to any star that's available.
Yeah, I was about to say they need a superstar badly.
It's the New York market. I get that. I don't buy this one because Ballmer and the Clips are going to demand a lot. They have to.
Yeah, they do because they open up their new arena next season. So tearing it
Knicks
down
would have
now.
to send with Barrett and like a ton of people.
They'd have to blow up the team they started to build. And the problem for the Knicks is they have a contract they don't want in Evan Fournier. And that's part of their issue. It locks up $20-some-odd million for a guy who's not even in their rotation. Kills him.
So let's talk about the next generation for just a quick minute because we will see we already saw one debut. We will see another one coming Friday. The debut we see Friday will be Wembayama. He will make his Summer League debut Friday, which will be limited minutes. But then we already saw the debut officially of Chet Holmgren. Didn't play that much, but he had 15 points, 9 boards, and 4 blocks. And he looked like he's ready.
I'm not allowed to comment.
He looked like he's
You
ready.
are?
No, because I love Chet. So it doesn't matter what I say. I'll get made fun of.
No, that's why
fine.
you're allowed to comment, Mike. Go ahead.
He added 14 pounds of muscle. His body looks different. And I felt like he was going to be a really good player. I know he hurt his foot last year. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he sat out, if he can come back and just be what we thought he was going to be last year, in like one of those players in contention for Rookie of the Year, man, the Thunder go leaps and bounds.
Rico,
and
he could
like
play
they were
20.
good
He
last
could play
year.
20 minutes a night. You don't even have to play him on back-to-backs.
Right.
And just allow him another year to be 21, get his body in order again. They can put out a lineup. It's funny. They're the opposite of the Pistons. You were making the joke about, what are you going to do? Have all 6'5" guys? The Thunder could technically start 5 guys over 6'10".
They could.
They've even got a 7-foot point guard. I don't know if it's a Polish kid, a Croatian kid, Pozlozny or whatever his name is. They could put out 4 guys over 7 feet tall with SGA.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, yeah, you could probably load manage him 50, 55 games, make sure he's healthy.
And be there for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yes, I think he's going to be good, David. Now watch. He'll break his other foot.
No, he'll be fine. That is your NBA wraparound.